Calm down, everybody. Calm down, everybody. I'm here. It's the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, Ryan McGuffey in the Recap Studios. Always good to be with you guys here on Hump Day. Another beautiful day in the summer, man. There's no better place to be, and I'm here with you. Yeah, a few minutes late. I saw the chat. Not a tech issue today. It's not a tech issue.
He was talking to me.
Working with my partner on kicking everybody's ass. That's what we're working on over here. Good to be with you as always. Cubs, are those new? Another shipment has just reached the Recap palatial estate over here. We're getting all kinds of here. We got sponsorship stuff coming in. Look at these. I'm not an all white guy, but I like free though.
It's for free. It's for me.
Free for me. We're getting shipments in here. Under Armour, our friends at Under Armour taking care of us as always. Throwing this one back at you, buddy. Throwing this one back. Take that one. Oh, Jesus. It's getting dicey in here. Oh, look at this. We're outfitted by Under Armour. We got stuff at Clark Street Sports. For those of you who haven't logged on yet, we're new merch coming. Hoodies are coming. Hats are coming. We got a new creative t-shirt design that we're hoping to have up.
Awesome.
That'll be a big one for us next week. And it's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com, one of 11 Chicagoland locations. Go to Hooters because it's the best. I'm not a size 10. No.
These are 10s.
No. Well, maybe we'll give them away. Originalhooters.com, order.hooters.com to make a to-go order, have it delivered by DoorDash. Let's get to the chat. The Cubs, by the way, big win for the Cubs. Matthew Boyd should be an all-star. If you haven't checked out the recap, Cap will tell you why. Speaking of all-stars, Shane Smith, kind of losing ground on maybe being an all-star for the White Sox, but I do believe he does have a very slim advantage still to be the White Sox all-star, though Dodgers beat up the White Sox last night. We'll get to the bet of the day later, and we'll get off and running. Becky, you and Cap are fun to hang out with during the lunch recap. Becky, you guys are just as fun to hang out with on the reverse side. I know you're not here physically where I can reach out and see you, but you are here. Swayze, Cap's fault. I'll bet my lunch as to why I'm late. No. It was no one's fault. Sometimes it's nice to keep you waiting, though. In the era in 2025 where everything has to be right now, it's good to make you sweat a little bit, isn't it?
You're better, man.
Happy hump day, Kyle. Big victory for the Cubs last night. Boyd was fantastic. Special thanks to Jess last night for Pitt beating St. Louis. Keep it up, Pittsburgh. Yeah, Paul Skeens on the hill last night. How about the Pirates last night? How about the Pirates? They are on an absolute tear right now. Watch out. Matt to the chat, one of the best sports shows in Chicago. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Matt, for being a part of the community every single day. Hope the Bulls don't screw this up with Giddey like previous contracts. Can I actually go on record here and say for once that maybe the Bulls are doing this the right way? Because when the Brooklyn Nets basically pulled themselves out of this, and ESPN has a really good breakdown this afternoon, and the Knicks just hired Mike Brown as head coach. Talk about a colossal fail. They just hired Mike Brown, somebody else's leftovers. You're telling me Mike Brown's a better answer than Tom Thibodeau? Okay. Good luck. The Knicks are taking a step back next year. I wanted to tell you, so this is ESPN does a really good, like here are the top 10 free agents still on the board, and number 1 is Josh Giddey. Okay. Here's what they say. Possible fits. Unless the Brooklyn Nets decide to extend Giddey an offer sheet, we might be looking at a stalemate. Giddey's strongest leverage is playing this season for his $11.1 million qualifying offer, but that would mean leaving a lot of guaranteed money on the table. Unlike P. Will last year, Chicago doesn't seem inclined to negotiate against itself this time. Well, how about that? Maybe, just maybe. What if the Bulls allowed Giddey to play for his qualifying offer? What if Giddey did the old Jimmy Butler situation and bet on himself, and it led to more money? Yes, he's leaving more on the table right now, but it leads to him even more next year. Honestly, I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. Pirates up again, 1-0 right now. Kyle on the scoreboard. Yeah, he should. He's been their most consistent and dependable starter. The guy's pitching like he should start the All-Star game. Swayze in response to Matthew Boyd. Charles, after the big trade, the Cubs will be champions of the world once again. I like Charles. That's good optimism, Charles. I like where your head's at, man. You're going to let the guys do what they're supposed to do in the front office and go out there and try to make a big trade. We heard yesterday Jim Bowden say the Cubs are everywhere, that they are all in. I hope so. Jess, Pittsburgh's yearly hot streak is later this year. They usually have their hot streak at the beginning of the season. They fall by the 4th. Interesting to see. Hope it helps the Cubs. By the way, we are giving away NASCAR street race tickets. You guys know that. You guys know we're giving the street race tickets away. We've been doing it all month long. The race is this weekend, July 5th and 6th. Saturday, the Zach Brown Band is playing. The Xfinity Race Series on Saturday, the Cup Series on Sunday. We have one final pair of tickets to give away, and we're going to give them away today. And it's going to be very simple. How many street races are on the NASCAR circuit? How many street races are on the NASCAR circuit? You have to give me the number, hashtag NASCAR. Put the number in the chat, hashtag NASCAR. You're in the hopper for a chance to go to this weekend's events. Saturday's race, Sunday's race, Saturday night's concert with the Zach Brown Band. We've been proud to partner with NASCAR all month long, and it's been awesome. Terry, does this Pirate hot streak have an impact on who they're willing to trade? No, they're still terrible. They're still absolutely terrible. Good for them for winning. Maybe they're keeping Paul Skeens happy in the interim. They're 14 games out of the division. They're 10 out of the wild card. That's with a 5-game winning streak. No, they're still trading who they want to trade. Ever since the Cubs took 3 or 4 from the Bucks, they've been killing it. They're definitely still selling, though. Clyde. If you want me to not ignore you, man, don't be calling people out. You're helping the Cubs right now. Appreciate you. Just go Berg and the Cubs. Let's go all the way back to the top. The Braves DFA'd Verdugo. The real Phil Simms. Heard Jed speaking about making moves. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Handle business. Jed, I hear you, and I think he will. What I loved about what Jed had to say was that resources won't be an issue. So, Godfather, I think he's calling you out on that situation, that resources won't be an issue. Cubs can definitely go 5-1, says Phil in the homestand. Landon's back. Looking forward to a thrilling lunch hour. You're here with us. Can't ignore me if I'm not tuned in. You're tuned in, Landon, and I'm here with you. Happy hump day, Eric. Boyd was outstanding last night. Bullpen did its job. Offense did enough to win. Jed, make moves, man. Get this team better before the deadline. Marner to Vegas. Bowser back to Vancouver. Many more moves yesterday and Monday. What the Hawks are going to do. Time to be relevant again. If you listen to what Kyle Davidson said, it didn't sound like they were going to be spending. It sounded like, well, we got too many young guys, and we don't want to prohibit their development. I was like, I don't love that. Eric, regarding the Bulls, they better be smart with the Giddey contract because they can build around it for a long run. I think they are being smart. If you're negotiating against, let someone else sign him to a restricted sheet. That's the beauty of restricted free agency, is that you can allow him to sign somewhere and then come up and match it. That's what happened to Zach LaVine. Now, you can argue whether or not the Bulls should have matched that one to the Kings years ago. Shockingly, he's on the Kings now. One more thing, Guff. This is for the Godfather himself. It's July 2nd. We're still under the luxury tax. Thank you, Ricketts. I like if someone else isn't here that you guys pick up the slack for him. No pun intended, Kyle. Just because the Bucks made a few moves doesn't guarantee that Giannis still wants to stay there. Would pay attention to Miami and Golden State. Golden State, also somebody to pay attention to for the Bulls. A lot of Vooch talk over there. There's been some Kobe White discussion. Landon, July is going to be a fun month as we inch closer to the trade deadline. The insert star pitcher here, Jacob deGrom, is going to break right here in the Guff Hour. God, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'm looking here to make sure nothing's broke. How about the contract for SGA? My God. Are you kidding me? Knicks just hired Mike Brown. We talked about that. That doesn't move the needle, not just in the Eastern Conference, certainly in New York. Which team is worse, the Bulls or Wizards? Both hot garbage. I think the Wizards, at least, though, were tanking. The Wizards were tanking on purpose. Okay? Wizards were tanking. Look at this, size 11. Under Armour. Under Armour outfitted us, me and Cap here at the recap. Really good stuff. I think the Bulls could be in the conversation for that. The Cubs now have the best run differential in all of baseball. Put up the banner. I'm telling you guys, I've been saying this. Like, they are really effing good, man. The Cubs are so good. If you watch I watched the TBS national broadcast last night. Ron Darling at the end of the game said, "This is as good. We've traveled all over the country and do baseball. This is as good as a team that I've seen in baseball this year, and they're ready." That's what he said. Guys, Becky, Palencia looked like an absolute freak last night in the ninth inning, like a guy who belongs in the ninth inning when you want it. When you want it. Still looking for, hey, I'll give you the answer. You want to go to the NASCAR series race? Type the number 1 and hashtag NASCAR. There's one street race on the circuit. It's this weekend in Chicago, the NASCAR street race. If you want to go this weekend to all the events, one race, both races, Zach Brown Band only, we got you covered. We have one final pair of tickets, and it's today. Type the number 1 in, hashtag NASCAR. Here's my honest opinion regarding the Cubs. They're at least a couple of frontline starters, another bullpen arm, and a couple of utility guys away from winning the World Series. I don't know if they're all of that. You're talking about that's 5 guys, Eric, that you're putting out. I don't know if they're 5 guys away. Well, they're already one of the better teams in baseball. Now, they may one frontline starter. I would like another bullpen arm. Could you imagine if they went and got Aroldis Chapman and Palencia are 8th and 9th? Like if your highest leverage is in the 8th inning, you go out and throw Palencia and then Chapman finishes or vice versa. Shorten the game. Landon says the Cubs could use Freddie Garcia and a Jose Contreras type to round out their rotation, and they're set. Agreed. There he is. There's Godfather. Say in the comment we expect him to. Thomas, Cubs should sweep the Indians. I mean the Guardians. Guardians in a bad spot right now. 74 runs in the last 26 games. Yes, I do, Clyde. Here I am, not ignoring your ass. Come on, Clyde. What do we got here? Mariano, I'm going to get you in here, buddy. Appreciate you very much. Thanks. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate the pay. Thank you. Superfan Mariano comes in asking DFA Luis Robert, hear me out. Not opposed. I said that. I'm not opposed that post July 31st that he is no longer on this roster. I am not opposed. I would trade him for whatever at this point. Okay. I would trade him for whatever. I don't care if it's a bag of balls. I want to move forward with this regime. I'm done. We're done with Robert. Okay. My goodness. Goes Hawk. I used to think revenge was a dish. Mariano, appreciate you, man. Was a dish best served cold. Then later I realized it actually meant to get back at somebody. Okay. Nobody will benefit more from a trade for a starter that can go 6 or 7 consistently than this already outstanding bullpen, which has the number 1 bullpen ERA in June. Yep, that is true. That's true. I'm going to jump down here later in the chat. Jess, cheap nuts nutting still wants his money. He will still trade his best players, still needs to make them more shiny so teams will pay the big bucks for them. Johnny thinks this is the best Cubs team since 2016, and I'm here to tell Johnny I think he's right. I think he's right. Now, you might have loved that 16 team more from the onset than this team because of what they did in 15 and all the young guys coming up, but you might want to get on board. Does Jed get a desk done before a deal done? I think Kurt means. I don't know if he gets one done before the break, but he's going to have deals, plural, done before the deadline. Ira, what do you think about the Cubs adding a closer because of a comment that referenced October closes are different than summer closes? They are, which is why the idea of Aroldis Chapman, there's teams, guys. What do I say every day? There are teams out there lying to themselves. Are the Red Sox one of them? They're 2.5 out of the wild card in the American League. Right now, your American League wild card leader, the Seattle Mariners are 3 games over 500. You know, the Rangers, I think, are lying to themselves. I do. I don't know if the Red Sox. The Red Sox live in a place where they think they're the World Series champions every day. Kyle, here's another boxer for you and Cap to interview. Local boy Kenneth Sims Jr., who we did promote, who's fighting Duarte August 2nd. Really enjoyed your interview with Oscar De La Hoya. Keep him coming. Kyle, appreciate that. That was a fun interview to do with the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. You know, it would have been really fun to go to Hooters with Oscar De La Hoya and do an interview. That would have been off the charts. They have the Big Daddy mugs, the Kona Big Wave, the Sam Adams Summer Ale. By the way, we got a new drink of the month. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might as well pull it up. I got the email this morning and was like, hell yeah, it's July. Let's talk about the new drink of the month. And the incredible special, I drove by Hooters O'Hare on the way here. Do you know that they have snow crab legs right now? $14.99 a pound this month at Hooters. You guys know the tender tacos are $9.99, the buffalo shrimp and fries $11.99. You ready for the drink of the month? Here we go. The real Repo Rita is the hottest way to cool down this July. July's drink of the month, Reposado tequila, Patron, fresh lime juice, and simple syrup. Sounds delicious. The real Repo Rita. And the same, the Kona Big Wave, the Mango Cart, the Michelob Ultra. You got to keep that summer body going. The available lunch specials, 11 to 3 every day. The burger, the OG wings, the boneless wings. Order.hooters.com to pick it up. If you want to get it DoorDashed, etc., there you go. OriginalHooters.com. Always proud to partner with our friends at Hooters. Absolutely love them. Let's get back to the chat. Arnie, starting 5 for Cubs. Imanaga, Bird, Ray, Flex, and Tyon. Their bench is anemic. Nice job, Dr. Guff. Appreciate you. Because I said Flexing for a while. He's been a stud in their bullpen. Arnie, I think bigger when I'm thinking about the rotation going forward. I'm thinking of bigger names, my friend. I want bigger names in that rotation going forward. Phil, I don't know who LeBron thinks he is. Him and Rich Paul keep talking nonsense, and they'll find out who Mark Walters is. He's definitely not the one to mess with. What up, Bird Dog? The Cubs have their closer of the future. I totally agree with you. Palencia has a flamethrower of a right arm, 102 baby. Doesn't mean that the Cubs shouldn't add another veteran to the back end of the bullpen for this year. Going forward, Palencia, 100%. Clyde, Daniel Gasolina Palencia, that's his nickname. 265 and a starter on the All-Star team. Seriously? 265 and a starter. Are we talking about? Let me look. Is it PCA? New name emerges. The All-Stars. I said that the All-Star starters. Who's the new name that emerged in the NL? Pete Crow, Kyle Tucker. Yeah, those are the three. Those are the three guys you can expect. I know they're revealed tonight, but I'm telling you, you can expect PCA and Kyle Tucker to be on that list. When you look at PCA, you're talking about 265 batting average. Look at what he's 25 stolen bases, 21 homers, 62 RBI, 20 doubles, 87 hits. Come on, man. I understand what you're saying. 260 average is not the metric anymore. No reason for the Blackhawks to spend at this point. Most of the good players have already have new homes and stayed put. It's your young guns. It's time for them to shine. Go Hawks. The dead. The 26 team had better starting pitching. They did. Better studs, which is why that can be changed with trades. Brad, thanks for the tickets from yesterday. Can you get seats with tickets, or are they standing? Oh, I think you have the grounds passes, my friend. The grounds passes are GA. So I hope that works for you. I'm happy that you won. We do have another pair. It's the only street race on the circuit. One hashtag NASCAR. Charles, Hooters sound like a plan tonight? Always. How many triples does PCA have? PCA, I think, has, let's see here. Let me look. Triples, PCA has 3. He has 3 triples. So there you go. Clyde, I answered your question. Alex, not give up the farm for Alcantara. Man, I don't want to trade Jackson Wiggins, but if we get some good superstars, it's yeah. I don't care about prospects. I hear you on Alcantara, but I would be trading them for even bigger names than that. Seiya not being considered for the All-Star game is robbery in itself. He's being considered. Guys, this is just the starters. I think Seiya is going to the All-Star game. I do. Then we'll hear about the reserves later. I think this weekend is when the reserves are named. So Seiya's being considered. He's just not going to be a starter. PCA's a counting stats machine, Uncle Ted says. Some people don't like him. Joe Ryan and Griffin Jacks are names Uncle Ted's been throwing out to the world. I think Joe Ryan's 8-4, really good. Will you do a show on Friday or take the day off? Well deserved if you take the day, bro. TBD. Trying to figure out tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I'll be out and about. The show will happen. Where? We'll have to see. I don't know about Friday, though. Friday may be a kick it into the holiday weekend. The Dead, do you still want? I never really wanted Alcantara. He still gives me icky vibes. Who else do you feel should be? I've been thinking big from the start. I've been thinking Nathan Eovaldi, who just recently came back off the IL. Jacob deGrom. Eovaldi's first start, he only threw 3 innings because he's working himself back because he didn't have any rehab starts. Dude's got a 1.87 ERA. Teams are 9-1 in the postseason when he pitches. Alex wants Eduardo Cabrera from the Marlins with Alcantara or Gallen. Give me third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Who should we get for a closer? Put him with Palencia. I keep saying Aroldis Chapman. By the way, that package you're giving up for Cabrera, Gallen, Suarez, some big names in there. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to make the trade. Don't be afraid. You know who Becky wants? Becky's been talking about Talkman for a long time. Terry's lukewarm on Bednar until I saw him throw last night. Still has 97 in the tank, and his control was spot on with his off-speed stuff. A couple of more here. Dave Kingman for the All-Star game. Godfather, NASCAR should have the race on I-355 where the speed limit's 125. Kyle, you're welcome. Jerry, have a great holiday weekend yourself. Rick is going to the All-Star game as the cheapest owner. I'm not sure he'd win that award in this town. I'm not sure about that. Alex, get Chappie from Boston, him and Palencia in the 8th and 9th inning. Could you imagine that, by the way? I could. I could live in a world where I could imagine that. We may have to punt on the NASCAR tickets today and give them away later this week. How many moves do you think the Cubs should make I think if they make two of the right moves, stud pitcher at the top, bullpen guy, an extra bat, probably 3. I need 3. I need a different bench player. I would love a frontline starter, and I would also love a reliever. All right. God, man, I'll be honest with you. Did it feel good to put these things back on? Did it feel really good to put the aviators back on? Because I'll say, hell yeah. And it was double dipped. The Cubs got the win. Cubs get the win. The run line hits. And it's just good to see a month with a winning record right now, albeit 1-0. All right. So the big game on the docket today is late night. West Coast, White Sox, Dodgers. I love Clayton Kershaw. I went to Cuba with him and some other people in MLB 10 years ago. I love this dude. He needs 3 strikeouts to reach 3,000. He's already a Hall of Famer. I don't know if anyone will ever strike out 3,000 again. I don't. Clayton Kershaw needs 3 tonight. Have your eyes glued to CHSN. I'm saying not only will he be amped up and all eyes will be watching, I'm saying he gets it. 5 or more is minus 115. I'm laying it. Clayton Kershaw, who returned to the rotation on May 17th, his last 4 starts, 7 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts, 4 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts, 5 innings, 7 innings, 5 innings, 6 innings. Outside of that first start where he gave up 5 earned, 0-1-3-1, 0-2-1. He's playing a team that can't score. Clayton Kershaw, I want this to happen. I do. It's going to happen tonight. There's no doubt in my mind that Clayton Kershaw gets the record. He only needs 3 for the record. I'm asking for 5. I'm asking for 5. His career against the Chicago White Sox. His career against the White Sox, 2-1 in 5 starts with a 2.90, 31 strikeouts, and 31 innings. Looking to go 2-0. Clayton Kershaw, I'm watching that game. The Aviators are back. Aviators, yay for Pablo. Bet of the day, Ricketts stays under the luxury tax. That's what our guy, Godfather, says. No doubt about it. That's the bet. I mean, to me, when you have a guy chasing history, like legit baseball history, some of which we may not see again, I'm laying that's it. If I lose this, I lose it. I'm not rooting for the White Sox to have a bunch of strikeouts, but tonight against Clayton Kershaw, I am. Because he's a good dude. He's great for the game. I mean, how about this career for Clayton Kershaw? Are you kidding me? Dude's got a WAR of 80, 79.9. It's been doing it for a long ass time, man. 216 and 94. Almost 3,000 innings. And he needs 3 strikeouts. I think that's cool. I think it's super cool. Clayton Kershaw, 5 or more strikeouts at minus 115. I appreciate you guys always. You guys know that. Always, always, always. Love you to death. We'll do the NASCAR tickets tomorrow as we get set to give them away heading in to the holiday weekend. Have a great rest of your day. Start thinking about the holiday weekend. Hooters has a new drink of the month. It's the margarita. Matter of fact, the Rio Repo Rita, $8 all month long. I would suggest you go. Maybe today's your last day of work. That would be pretty awesome. I don't blame you if you stop by and get a Repo Rita. We need to win tonight in case. Don't worry about the teams behind you, Becky. Only worry about what's in front of you. It's been the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey. For everybody here at the Recap, enjoy your day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Go to order.hooters.com if you want an order to pick up or get from DoorDash, or just go to originalhooters.com. Find the one that's closest to you in the Chicagoland area. Have a great, awesome rest of your day. Enjoy the weather. We'll do it again at least one more time tomorrow. Take